Hey, it's Roger with Jack the Real Estate Dog. Jack, you just want to lay around and play around, don't you? How you doing today? Good boy, good boy. Hey, I had a great question from one of my subscribers. Shout out to Linda. She said 55 plus communities, where is one resource where I can look at all of the monthly dues? Because let's face it, a lot of us are on fixed incomes, and that really becomes important to us in a 55 plus. So I'm going to name them all. Stay till the end. I'm going to show you the two stark differences. One that's over twice as much as the least expensive one in 55 plus. You know, I track mostly new home communities. I could certainly, my agents could get you information about other ones if you found a resale. For instance, the big gorilla in the room is Sun City, Carolina Lakes, and they're riding around in the mid 200s as well. That's a big community, man, like over 3,000 rooftops. So wait till the end for the two contrasts, but most of these, I'll call them by name, are riding as of this date. I'm in August 2020. They could go up. Here's what happens before the amenities get built out. Like for instance, the first one is Imagery on Mountain Island Lake from Lennar. Now that pool's not quite done. And they've got some stuff up, but when that pool gets done and all the amenities get done, I would be shocked if there wasn't a price hike, and we can compare Imagery to what Treetops is, although it's slower, so we'll see. Treetops, anyway, I digress, I'll get down there. So Imagery on Mountain Island Lake, up on the northwest side of Charlotte, right off of 485, they're riding at $240 a month right now. And most of these first ones are gonna be plus or minus $250, mid 200s. When they get the pool done, let's see, that's Imagery. Then up around the Cornelius area is Bailey's Glen. You really don't hear me talk that much about them, but they've got, that's a good builder. They've got amenities at $293 a month. Now, I don't know why, but the last time I went up there and popped in the amenity center, it's popping, baby. Hey, Jack, say hi to your fans. Say hi to your fans, Jack. Attaboy, he's got his scarf on. We bought him in Paris. Love it. So $293, it's a nice neighborhood. The newer ones seem like they're in smaller pockets though, so I'm not sure, but one of my agents could get you to show you some resales in there. That's something to consider. Third one, as you're kind of coming around 485, is right there by Mint Hill, and that's Cresswind, Charlotte. Again, true to form, the amenities are all up, and that's $249 a month, $249 a month. Then you're coming around, and I'll save that one for later, down to the Wesley Chapel area, and Pinnacle at Wesley Chapel, neighborhood of about 60 homes. Most of these other ones I've mentioned already are much larger than that, but about 60 homes at Pinnacle at Wesley Chapel. Wow, I love that neighborhood. Taylor Morrison, no pool there, maybe reason that it's a little bit less. They have bocce ball, they got a really nice clubhouse with a fire pit, but Pinnacle at Wesley Chapel, $235 a month, $235 a month. And as you're coming back around south, remember that there's going to be a 55 plus in Waxhaw in 2022. I got updated 2022-ish, and that's going to be from David Weekly Homes. That's going to be awesome because a lot of people have family, you know, in Millbridge, grandkids in Millbridge and in Lawson, etc. So that'll be a good one. If 2022 is your moving date, it's not too early for you to give me a call and get you plugged in. And by the way, anytime you call, reach out to any of these online concierges, or if you're in town and you visit, make sure you write down a name that you want realtor representation. Just by default, write down the name Rodney Jones. He's my #1 guy. Rodney Jones, ProStead Realty, that's my agent. Write that down at the first communication. Otherwise, we may have some challenges from the builder. Call me if you want to understand that better. Now, Carolina Orchards is moving into their final phase now. They're still selling new, but there are resales in there. That's Del Webb Carolina Orchards. That's down in Fort Mill, just across the state line in South Carolina. And they're running right at $270 a month right now. $270 a month at Carolina Orchards. It's a nice one. And by the way, almost all of these, if not all, include the lawn care for at least front sides, and most of them for the rear as well, included in that price. Lock and leave, we call it. Then if you go down south of Ballantyne, about 10 miles, close to Carolina, Sun City, the one that's all resale now, there's plenty of resale in there. They do use vinyl siding. Most of all of these are using fiber cement, the newer product. But down in Treetops, and they're moving into closeout mode on new construction, but there will always be resales in there. They're riding at $232 a month. $232 a month, that's a beautiful neighborhood. And I've got videos on all these. Click the playlist tab and look for 55 plus Trilogy, 55 plus Imagery, 55 plus Cresswind, playlists on all of them with lots and lots and hundreds of videos. And then, so Treetops is $232 a month. Now, there are courtyards all over around Charlotte. Many of them are the original developer, that's Epcon Communities. And then there's also a franchisee called New Style Communities. But it's the same product line where the courtyard, where it plays to the side yard. Not really good for big dogs because big dogs like the backyard, like we're in right now for Jack. But it's a great model. There are a lot of reasons to love it. Type courtyards into my YouTube search bar if you want to see a video on those. But courtyards all around town, they're typically in the mid 200s. So most of these are mid 200s. So you get the drift, you know, as low as 235, they go up to 293, but mostly riding around 250-ish or so. And then here's one that's not a 55 plus, but it really feels like one. And that's the Toll Brothers neighborhood called Regency at Palisades. Regency at Palisades, you need to know, has a beautiful amenity center, indoor, outdoor pool, you know, the pickleball, bocce ball, all that stuff. And it's not 55 plus restricted. They even have a lifestyle director there, which is one of the reasons that they charge this type of money to also pay at least one staff member to coordinate activities. And Regency at Palisades, beautiful, beautiful. And that's down by by the Palisades, by Lake Wiley, pretty close to the Buster Boyd Bridge. And they're riding at $241 a month as of this date, $241 a month. Now, the two that I asked you to wait for at the end, one of them is a smaller 55 plus. Their amenities almost done, and that's Heritage. Now, Heritage has some MI homes in it. That's not 55 plus. But the Heritage that enjoys the amenity center with the 55 plus activities, with the pool almost open. Heritage, I love Heritage. You've got Eastwood Homes in there, great local regional builder, and the Essex Homes buy out from Stanley Martin. So it's Stanley Martin Homes, formerly Essex, and they're riding at $232 a month. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. $165 a month. That's the contrast, $165 a month. So that's a really good value. Nice sized community, great location. It's in the Wesley Chapel. In fact, the town line of Wesley Chapel and Indian Trails, North Carolina, runs right through Heritage. That's a good bet, and they're building new, beautiful. And then I wanted to compare that one at 165 to one that's well over twice that, but I think worth it. And that's Trilogy Lake Norman. When you combine their Blue Star Resort, you see the amenities are owned by an affiliate company of Shea Homes Active Adult called Blue Star. And they, guess what? They're gonna maintain, and they have staff, man. They've got maybe a dozen staff members at least that are running the restaurant, running the outdoor activities, running the lifestyle. So, you know, they have staff. Think about it, they have a lot more staff, but there's gonna be a consistency there because once you turn it over to the homeowners, sometimes things can change in any neighborhood. So the fact that they have an entity that owns it, that runs it, that's gonna keep the consistency there, it's gonna cost you more. And it'll probably be, it's $354 right now, combined the HOA along with the resort fees. Right at $354, could easily hit $400 without blinking. Nobody can guarantee anything about that. But when you come in town, I get you with Rodney Jones or one of my other agents to go up there and see him. Jack and I are shooting videos. We'd love to meet with you. We'll meet you up there for lunch anytime. Would love to. Maybe put some merchandise into your hand from Jack's stash. He's got this new coffee cup. While supplies last, but we'll have lunch there. But once you get in to see, I like starting there. It's really the one to beat. I think you'll like it. So every one of them has its own little vibe, personality. But if you're going to relocate to south, definitely consider the greater Charlotte area. We are close to the mountains, which is Asheville. We are close to the beach. Myrtle Beach a little over 3 hours away. Hilton Head a little over 4. And really a dozen beaches easily. Great location. Love to have you here. And hit me up and tell me your story. 704-345-3400. And I'll see you in the next video.